Do you ever wake up and already feel tired? Not physically, but somewhere deeper. You open your eyes, but your heart feels heavy. You scroll through your phone, but nothing feels real. You tell yourself you're fine, but even small things like replying to a message or making breakfast feel like climbing a mountain. You're not lazy, you're not broken, you're emotionally exhausted, and it's one of the quietest kinds of pain there is. The hardest part about emotional exhaustion is the pressure to look fine. We live in a world that celebrates productivity, perfection, and positivity. Everywhere you turn, people are chasing the grind, sharing their success stories, posting highlight reels. And when you struggle to keep up, you begin to feel like a failure. You tell yourself, I shouldn't feel this way. Other people have it worse, so you keep going. You smile for the camera, you answer, I'm okay, even when you're not. You keep pushing, smiling, showing up, pretending, until one day, pretending becomes your only reality. You forget what genuine joy feels like. You stop even noticing how tired you are, because tired becomes your normal. Exhaustion becomes the air you breathe. And the saddest part, most people won't notice. Because emotional exhaustion wears a mask. It looks like strength. It looks like discipline. It looks like responsibility. But underneath, your heart is quietly whispering, I can't keep doing this. Emotional exhaustion isn't random. It's your body's way of protecting you. When you live under constant emotional demand, from work, relationships, or even your own expectations, your nervous system enters survival mode. It begins to shut down the parts of you that feel too deeply. You stop feeling excitement. You stop feeling sadness. You stop feeling, period. Psychologists call this emotional numbing. It's your brain's defense mechanism, its way of saying, you felt too much. Let me turn down the volume. But when that switch stays off for too long, something inside you fades. You start to lose connection with yourself. You become a shadow, functioning but not living, smiling but not feeling. You might not even realize it at first, but emotional exhaustion leaves quiet fingerprints in your daily life. You start procrastinating, not out of laziness, but paralysis. You crave isolation, yet feel lonely the moment you're alone. You can't focus. Even simple tasks drain you. You feel guilty for resting, as if rest must be earned. You question your purpose even when life seems fine. It's like your body keeps moving, but your soul has stopped somewhere behind, waiting for you to return. One of the hidden roots of this exhaustion is perfectionism. The belief that you have to be everything for everyone, the reliable friend, the strong parent, the hard worker. You fix problems that were never yours to fix. You equate being needed with being loved. Slowly, you start abandoning yourself, your rest, your boundaries, your peace, in the name of keeping others comfortable. You're not emotionally drained because you failed. You're drained because you've cared too much, too deeply, for too long without refilling your own cup. And then there's people-pleasing, that quiet force that tells you your worth depends on how useful you are. You say yes when you mean no. You smile when you want to cry. You keep the peace at the expense of your own. But peace that costs your soul isn't peace. It's exhaustion in disguise. Somewhere along the way, society sold us a dangerous lie. The myth of constant happiness. We were told that to be emotionally healthy, we must always be positive, always grateful, always smiling. But true emotional health isn't about eternal positivity. It's about emotional honesty. It's about saying, I'm not okay today. It's about admitting, I need rest. It's about crying without apologizing for it. because healing begins the moment you stop pretending, the moment you allow yourself to feel what you've been avoiding. You can't heal what you refuse to feel. When you finally stop suppressing your emotions, your nervous system begins to repair itself. Slowly, like the earth after a storm, your body starts to remember safety again. Your breath becomes deeper, your mind quieter. You begin to sense color where there was only gray. Healing from emotional exhaustion isn't a race. It's a slow return to yourself. It begins in small, quiet acts. Resting without guilt, knowing that rest isn't laziness. It's medicine. Simplifying your life. Choosing less noise, fewer obligations, gentler people. Reconnecting with your senses. Feeling the grass beneath your feet, noticing the sunlight through the trees, listening to the rhythm of your own breath, writing your emotions down, letting them exist outside your head so they stop weighing on your heart, and asking for help, not because you're weak, but because healing is easier when you let someone sit beside your pain. Remember, your worth has nothing to do with your output. You are not a machine. You don't exist to be productive. Your value lies in your being, in your ability to breathe, to feel, to exist, to love. Sometimes healing looks like silence. It looks like closing your eyes and listening to your own breathing. It looks like forgiving yourself for not being at your best. It looks like realizing you're allowed to stop and that the world won't fall apart if you do. When you finally rest, your soul begins to whisper again. In small ways, a laugh you didn't force, a tear that feels like release, a spark of curiosity returning. Those are the signs that you're coming back to life. And one day, you'll look back and realize you were never weak for feeling tired. You were never broken. You were simply human, stretched beyond what a heart was meant to carry alone. There's beauty in slowing down, in turning off the noise, in simply breathing. Healing doesn't come in a rush. It arrives slowly, in quiet moments, in forgiveness, in gratitude, in learning to sit with yourself again. You begin to realize that peace isn't something you chase. It's something you allow. You're allowed to stop. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to simply exist. The world will not fall apart if you do. You've spent so long carrying everything. Now it's time to set it down. When you finally do, you'll notice small signs of life returning. A laugh that feels real. A tear that feels like release. A breath that fills your lungs fully for the first time in months. That's your soul waking up. That's healing. Forgive yourself for the years you spent ignoring your needs. Forgive yourself for being too strong for too long. You did what you had to do to survive. But now, you're safe enough to live. There is no rush, no timeline, no competition in healing. Some days you'll move forward. Other days you'll just rest. Both are progress. The goal isn't to be endlessly happy. The goal is to feel whole, to be at peace, to live in alignment with your heart again. So today, give yourself permission to stop pretending, to exhale, to drop the weight you've carried in silence. You are not broken. You're not weak. You are simply tired of being strong alone. Rest isn't giving up, it's coming home. Close your eyes. Feel your body supported by the earth beneath you. Breathe deeply, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let each breath soften the tension in your shoulders, your jaw, your chest. Feel yourself returning to your body, to this moment, to the gentle truth that you are enough. You always were. You don't have to earn your worth. You don't have to prove your strength. You just have to be here, breathing, alive, human. And that's more than enough. So rest. Heal. begin again, softly, because you deserve to feel alive again.